Okay. So I'm bringing through your son. And your first name?
Susan.
Susan. Okay. So I'm going to make a connection with him and start writing down what he wants to say. And you just listen.
Okay.
And you can just acknowledge what he is saying. And if something that you're not sure about, we can come back to that if we have time. Okay. Also, I have a feeling you're going to have a question for him that he needs to answer. So we'll do that too. As I make my connection with him, he's going to make me feel how he felt around the time that he died. And then he's going to shift his energy and show me where he's at now. He didn't mean to disappoint. He seems to feel like he disappointed you and he's sorry. So I feel like he lived in the moment. He didn't always think things through.
Right.
That's right. He didn't think about what he was doing then and how it was going to impact everybody. And that's why he's so sorry. And he's also trying to put a ring on her finger. Did he give you a ring?
He planned to.
Okay. So he wants you to get her a ring. And he says you can wear it on a chain until you're not mad at him anymore. But he does understand. He's also making me feel too like he's not blaming it on anyone else. So he's taking responsibility for his passing.
Yes.
And he said that's why it was so hard to understand because he had everything.
Yeah.
He had everything. He's also talking about his T-shirts and her.
Yes.
Do you wear his T-shirts? Because it's a
Yes.
feeling of you look better in them than he does.
All the time.
So when you're in your room thinking about him, he's sitting next to you on the bed. So he's just letting you know he's not going anywhere. He loves each of you so incredibly much, but I just feel like he disappointed you all in different ways because you're all different energies to him and he to you. So with Dad, it's a feeling of his hero, like the first man he looked up to and wanted to be like,
Yes.
and he just doesn't know how to reconcile that. So that's very painful for him. You were both always there for him.
Always.
And he says, Mom made excuses for me. And he doesn't want you to feel bad about that, like it would have changed anything. Okay. He says it wouldn't have changed anything. He's also saying the only person that could have stopped it was him.
Yes.
So he doesn't want you beating yourself up thinking that somehow you woulda, coulda, don't play that game. But you know that. Okay.
Yes.
He also says being around dogs is easier than being around people. So did he have a dog that was really special to
Yes.
him? So the dogs that have passed are with
Yes.
him. Is there one left? Is there still one alive?
We have two since he passed.
Oh, you've gotten two.
Yeah, but we had rescues and they were all lab mixes and they're on the other side.
Okay, so he's got those dogs.
Good.
But the dogs that you have know when he's there.
Yes.
Okay, so he loves that.
Yeah.
Because he feels very boyish. So I don't know how
Yes.
young he is, but he feels very like, I want to play with the dog and roll around on the ground
Yes.
and lay on him and watch TV.
Yes.
Okay. It's funny with his dad, he says he leaves him coins to let him know he's around. Do you understand that? So when you're finding those coins, he's leaving them for you. And he's just trying to bridge you to him and let you know that he's not going anywhere and this is not your fault. And you're still his hero. And you don't feel deserving of that title because you feel like you didn't protect him. And he's just saying that is not the case. He also says that he lived longer because of this young lady here. So he's letting you know that you gave him days of happiness that he wouldn't have had he not met you. And he's sorry that he left you with some sadness, but he's very grateful that you gave him versions of heaven. Okay? He does show marriage for you, and he does show children. So you will have that life. And he doesn't want you to carry the sadness into it. He says you will have a boy that you're going to want to give his name as a middle name. And he knows that. Do you understand why he'd say that? He says you don't have to. But he also says he has a lot of knucklehead friends that are getting tattoos and tell them to stop. Do you understand?
That's true.
Okay. He says life was hard, and it wasn't because of the people in it. You guys made it easy. Life was hard just because he was so sensitive, and he always had been. And I just feel like when he was a little boy, he would have tried to save a bird. Like he was trying to always save things. And he was just sensitive to everything. And I just feel as though there may have been was there something in his system when he passed?
Yes.
So wasn't thinking clearly.
Right.
Okay. And this is what's dangerous with young people when they're going through depression and anxiety is they introduce in alcohol or drugs to try and find a balance or to self-medicate, and it's what pushes them over. I bring them through all the time. Again, he's so sorry. He says he has a flair for the dramatics. That's what he says. It's interesting, though. I'm not really a fan of this place, but he wants to go to Disney. Like he's showing mouse ears on his head. Like, let's go to Disneyland.
His plan was to take a road trip to California when he graduated.
Okay, so take the trip for him, full circle. He'll give you signs when you're there. Great. And if he's gonna leave you coins, Dad, go to the casino and be like, "Okay, bud. Okay, bud. I'm ready for those coins." He wants to play with you again. He wants to laugh with you. He doesn't want everything to be this dark cloud of what he did or sadness or who found him. And he's grappling with that. So as you mourn him and you're trying to live your life without him in your physical world, he's mourning you because his heaven isn't complete without you. That's why they stay here. We're their heaven. So understand that as hard as it is for you, he could be in this beautiful place with his dogs and fishing and hanging out, but you're not there. So none of it matters. So he stays. So you're not holding him here. He stays because he wants to, but he'd rather laugh with you. He also has a birthday cake. And I feel like his birthday is celebrated after his passing.
Yes.
So he's saying, well done. Okay. He's funny. He's sort of particular about things. Like he doesn't need flowers. Tell people not to bring him flowers. Right. He'd rather a donation be made for something. That's
what we did.
Okay. So you did everything right because he's been telling you what he wants and you've been hearing him. Okay. So as you're moving forward, just know you don't need me to hear him. Just let your soul hear his soul. And that's validation enough for you. He will find a million ways to let you know he's there. And with you, he does it through your phone.
Yes.
Do you understand?
It's glitching out a lot lately.
What's that?
It's been glitching out a lot lately.
Yeah. Okay. So he's playing with your phone. He also says he's a really good screensaver. So he says he was always a good-looking boy. So that's a good choice. He's really funny.
He's very funny.
And that's probably why it was so hard to wrap your mind around it because he was always trying to make you laugh, you know, and he had a big heart.
Yes,
he had a really big heart. But that big heart and that laugh is waiting for you and will be in your life every day as you go through it. And he's not your past. You didn't leave him behind. Every day you're moving towards him. He's your present and future. Okay? He says, to the moon and back.
Yes.
I love you to the moon and
all
back.
The time. Yes, that's great.
So I'm going to break my connection with him and send him with you.
Okay.
Can we show him such support?